Okay guys, so we're doing the 3-stage manifold on the E90, and of course, you know, other stuff in my mind, started taking it apart. I thought, oh, we gotta stop, we gotta start recording. So at this point we just have the cowling out. If you own an E90, you can't get the cowling out, you're not doing this job. Period. Airbox, same way. So 2 bolts up here, you take the clamp out the throttle body, unplug the mass airflow, the whole airbox comes out all in one piece. It's sitting right here. See, all this comes out all in one piece. Right there's where it goes on the throttle body, and so on. So that's all out. We took the vanity cover off the valve cover. That's done. We also took the 410 mil bolts out of the throttle body and just laid the throttle body back out of the way. Once the throttle body's back out of the way, there's actually two. There's one little Torx bolt here, a T20, and one over there holding the loom to it. Holding the loom to the intake manifold. Take those out. We'll go in and plug this guy here and clip the hot wire out of the manifold, and we're just gonna kind of lay him back out of the way like that. Those guys there are laid back out of the way. We got to take the bolt out of the fuel hose. Most of these are probably already gone by now. This one's not. And we're gonna leave the fuel hose connected. We're just gonna slip the intake out from around it. And then these are all 11 millimeters. I just use my little impact here with the universal with 11 on it, and we'll bang all those out. And the biggest trick is, depends on what year your car is. This is the 07, so it has a plastic valve cover. You still have to do this on a metal one anyway. The vacuum hose goes to the back in here. There's some rainwater down there, look at that. I'll take the leaf blower and blow that out. We gotta unclip that hose, the big hose that goes to the back of there. And that's a squeeze type fitting, kind of like this guy right here. So you gotta squeeze in and pop it out. Usually get a screwdriver in there ever so gently and work it out. If it's really old, you're probably not gonna get it out without breaking it. If you've never done it, you probably need to get a new connector hose anyway before you do this job. That's pretty much gonna be it. When we unbolt it, we're gonna slip it back, shuffle all the wires around it, and then we have to unplug the PVC heater before we can pull it up and out of there. And we already took loose the little plugs here. They just slide in from the back, and those are gonna be those blanks that are plugged into that. We're gonna unplug the blanks. Those are gonna plug into our disses, and that's gonna hook those up. There's also another vacuum line right here, which is also a squeeze fitting. So we'll try to get down there and squeeze that and push it off with a screwdriver. Hopefully that works. So let's get to it, I guess. All right, so here we have the two disavows out, the small one and the big one. I want to show you guys this. They're plugged in, and Dean, go ahead and hit the small one. Takes a second here. All right, there's a small one functioning. There was the big one functioning. So, and you know, like we found out before, on this car, the E90, the discs are already on there. When you go to ISTA, it already shows up. And the E60, the LCI E60, we didn't have that, and that was the issue. And that's where we're trying to get the ECU sent off and cloned to something else with the cast. It was a nightmare, but this is super easy. So I guess we're gonna put it all back together, see if it works. We know it works. Okay, so it's the next day. We're out driving. I thought I'd take it for a rip here. I just opened it up. Is it faster? I mean, maybe. Check engine light just came on. That helps. I don't know. I'll let you be the judge. It don't seem faster at all. We'll get it here. We'll give her the beans here in a second. We'll almost see it straight away. Curious to see what that light is. All right, here we go. Let's see. maybe a little. Now we haven't flashed it to the 330i tune, it's the 328, but I don't see that making much difference, to be honest with you. Everything is functioning. Unless something dramatically changes, is this worth an insane amount of money it takes to do this? No, it's not. It's not at all. If you had to buy this manifold with good disses, it's a couple $1,000s. If you bought new, you know, like a new Dista situation. I got this one for cheap from Dean, from over there. It had brand new disses in it. But is it worth all the hassle? At this state, no. Now, obviously, we'll see what the check engine light is and all that stuff. We'll do that right now. Hold on. All right, so we have two codes for the engine ECU. We have catalyst converter conversion 2, which we've been getting that since this car's been sitting. I did recently put fresh gas in it. Haven't really driven it since, except for now. So that could be all related to that. The other one is differential pressure sensor intake manifold adaptation. I checked that sensor. It is plugged in. I think what we're gonna do is go and reset the codes here. Go drive it again and see what comes back. Okay, so we're gonna give her a run here. We're gonna see if the codes come in, codes come back. We'll get back to the house. We're gonna turn off the ignition, turn the car off, start it back up, and see if anything comes back. If that map sensor code comes back, we got an issue with that. All right, here we go. It's just not making the power at all. It has a little bit of more low down torque, but it's not making the power on the top end. I think something's definitely going on. All right, so just pull us out of the road here, turn it off, back on, started it back up, rescanned it, nothing came back. DME is green, all that's fine. The only thing on in yellow is for the power mirrors, and those are disabled. Those need to be coded out. I really don't know. It just doesn't make... I think the E60 makes more power in this thing, to be honest. Yeah. That's like 100. It's like 190 horsepower at best. All right, so next day, I think Dean also thought it wasn't worth it flashing into 330 tune, wasn't worth the hassle. The only other thing I could do with that car is reset the adaptions for the Valvetronic motor and the Van solenoids. That's not going to make that much difference. I would say if you have the manifold laying around off another car, it's good. You could bolt on. It's worth doing it. Is paying for the manifold to buy a new manifold or new discs, paying for this big extravagant tune that you probably don't even need for a couple grand, is that worth it? No, not anyway. I mean, for $2,000 more dollars, you could just buy a 335i, right? Or you could buy most of the E90s are worth like 4 grand with good mileage. So put another 2 grand, is 6 grand. 6 grand, you could actually buy an F30, you could buy an F11, you could buy all kinds of stuff for that for 6 grand. So that's my final result of it. All this riprap over all this 3-stage manifold, it's not worth your time, more than likely. Drive your car the way it is, enjoy it, be happy with it, with the power it makes. It's plenty enough to drive it and get around. That's what the car is made for. See you later.